Hey friends, you're welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about internship on your Erasmus Mundus program. So a lot of us, we had the expectations that when we come for Erasmus Mundus and summertime, we are just going to apply for internship and we are just going to get internships just like that, and we're so excited about it and make some money and make some bucks. But it wasn't that easy. I can tell you that. I feel like that's like the period where I even got like the most rejections of my life, because I can't even remember how many. The first summer break, I can't remember the number of internships I applied to, and I was just getting rejection emails, some ghosting, some different reasons why they don't think I can intern with them, blah blah blah, the time is short, blah blah. And I'm wondering, oh my god, so who do you people take for interns? And so I just want to share some tips to help you, for searching for internship during your Erasmus Mundus program, so you don't get so shocked. So the first thing I would love to say is, those rejections are normal. So don't take it so personal, okay? Because for someone that have not had that much rejection in all your life, getting the amount of rejection can take a toll on your perception of yourself or of your self-worth. So don't take it so personal. Trust me, everyone that applied for internship during the summer, almost everyone I know that did apply for internship during the summer, had a fair share of rejection. So don't take it so personal. It is very, very, very normal to get a lot of rejections. And if you're lucky, maybe on your first application you get internship. I mean, that's not impossible. I just want to let you know that don't take it so personal, just in case you don't get an internship. Just prepare for it. You're going to get a lot of rejections, probably. I mean, that might not apply to everyone, but applies to most people. So what can you do to help through getting an internship, a summer internship during your Erasmus program? So one thing I would love to say is start applying early. And when I mean applying early, I mean as early as possible. If the summer internship is to start like June or July, start applying from December of the previous year, or even January. Apply early enough, and when you're applying, don't just apply with easy apply or just apply and forget it. If you can, please go to LinkedIn and reach out to these recruiters, send them personal emails, use LinkedIn Premium, leverage LinkedIn Premium. I think there's usually this free LinkedIn Premium that you have access to like once in a month. Then you can send free emails, I think up to 5. So try to use it judiciously and reach out to people, connect with the recruiters. If they accept some will accept your connection request and some would not. So the ones that accept your connection request, you can message them on LinkedIn, even after applying, share your resume with them, and tell them what your program is about and why you'd love to do the internship. Just try to connect and leverage LinkedIn. LinkedIn can be very powerful depending on how well you can use it. So try to apply early and be in people's inbox, be in people's email. Don't just use easy apply and shut your eyes against it, and start applying early. The next thing I would love to say is, in case the internships are not working out, if you are into programming, okay, I can't say much about that because that's like my area. If you are into programming, you can look out for Google Summer of Code, Linux Foundation Scholarship, all those open source projects that are usually available during summer. Oh my god, they pay better than some internships actually. So you can, if you can apply to those, make a strong application. Look out for, they are also very, very, very competitive, but I mean, why not? You have nothing to lose by applying, so give it a try, because then you're going to earn, you're going to contribute to open source projects, and you're going to learn. In my case for internship, I never got any internship. I only got rejections for internships, but then I applied for Linux Foundation Scholarship. It's also open source like Google Summer of Code during the summer, and I did that for like 3 months, and it was really, really helpful. I learned a lot in just 3 months, and it was really a good time for me because I learned a lot. Like, the mentors are amazing. You will learn a lot, and you will get your hands dirty on real stuff. So if you can apply to those, please, by all means, apply to that. And if you are not into programming, I would believe that there are some volunteering programs in your field of study. So if you can do some volunteering during the summer, if you know you really want to get busy, you don't want to spend all the holiday just chilling, if you really want to do something, you can volunteer to do some things, even if it is without pay. The good thing about it is you're building your own portfolio. So even if it's just volunteering, it's really good for you. If it's going to help you in your career or your field of study, please apply for volunteering opportunities. At least those will be less competitive if they are not paid opportunities, but at least you get to build your career, gain some international experience, and get your hands dirty on some interesting projects. And if at worst you couldn't get into like Google Summer of Code or those paid open source projects, there are tons and tons, like hundreds of really good open source projects that you won't be paid for. Those ones you don't need any application because you won't be paid for it. Look for an open source project that you can contribute to. And if you're not into coding, even these open source projects can help you. If you are like into writing, like documentation and all of that, you can volunteer to like contribute to open source by, I think there's this role they call open source writing. I think it's called open source writing. There's so much you can contribute to in open source, and I mean, if your work is good enough, it will get merged and it's contributing to your experience. So that's an idea of what you can do during the summer. And last, if you don't find any open source project that interests you or that you find interesting, which I think is even very unlikely because there are tons and tons of open source projects, I feel like, okay, you can still work on personal projects. See, the whole idea is that you keep building because at the end of the day, when you would need to apply for jobs at the end of your program, no one really cares about the long English. I mean, in the industry, no one really cares about the long English. You're gonna say, I studied intermolecular computational engineering. No one really cares about that. Like, what did you do during the course of the program? Like, what projects did you work on? And the interesting thing is the projects you work on during the course of your program also counts into your years of working experience. For example, if I'm counting my years of working experience, I don't exclude the period of my study, because through the period of my study I was also working on projects, so which I could list out in my resume to say, okay, I worked on this project recently, I work on this project, this is a project I'm currently working on. Even though it's not an industry project, it still counts for something because I'm building my portfolio. So this is really important for you. If you really feel you need to build your portfolio, it's really important to get your hands on some projects. So it's not only your industry experience that matters, the projects that you work on, they also matter a lot. So in fact, it's even more interesting when you work on open source projects, because there are also companies that, oh, do you have open source experience? Do you have this? Do you have that? What projects have you worked on? You don't want to get rusty. So it's always nice to just get your hands, let's say, with something, and it's not wasted. Trust me, it's not wasted. It counts into your years of working experience. It counts. Trust me when I say this. I've had like first-hand experience with this, where it's like, oh, okay, you've been working on this project, so they actually took it like, oh, I have the working experience. Like, even though it's not with the company, they still took it as a working experience because I'm working on like real projects, interesting projects. So these are just some tips I have to share with you. And like I said at the beginning of the video, expect a lot of rejections when you're applying for internship, but don't just rely totally on that. You might get internship. There are people that got internship and you might not. So just prepare your mind and just find something else, something interesting to do. And I wish you good luck with your applications, and yes, with all your endeavors. And yeah, ciao, bye.